Acharya Shankara said in Upadesa Sahasri 1738-39, ध्यायतीति विकारित्वं तथा लेलाय तीतपि अत्र अस्तेन इति शुद्धत्वं तथा अनन्वागतं श्रुते. It is unchanging according to the scripture, whereas it seems to rest and move. It is pure as per scripture. A thief is no thief in this state and is unattached. Vedantak Upanishad 437 says, "So samana sannubho lokav ansansarati dhyayati lelayati." Assuming the likeness of intellect, it moves between the two worlds, it thinks as it were, and it seeks as it were. And mantra 4322 says, "Atra asteno asteno bhavati, ananvagatam punyena, ananvagatam papena." In this state, his thief is no thief. It is untouched by good work and untouched by evil work. Verse 39 says, "Sakti alopat susupte gyas, tatha bodhe vikarta gyasya visheshastu, yatra veti suter vacha." As the power of consciousness is never lost, the self remains unchanged in deep sleep, dream and waking. Differences is there only in the knowledge, as per scripture. Vedantak Upanishad 4.5.15 says, "Yatra hi dvaitam iv bhavati, tad itar itaram pasyati, yasu tu ase sarvam atmaiva abhut, tat ken kam pasyet." When there is duality, as it were, then one sees something, but when to the knower of Brahman everything has become the self, then what should one see and through what? Verse 40 says, "Vyavdhanadi paroksyam lok dishter natmana dishter atma sarupatvat pratyaksham brahma tad asmitam." Because of a mediator like eyes etc., knowledge of objects other than the self is immediately none, whereas its being one's own nature, knowledge of the self is immediate or aparox. उपदेश सहस्री 1426 से दृष्टिर सुतिर मतिर जाति स्वप्ने दृष्टा जने सदा तासाम आत्मस्वरूपत्वात् अतः प्रत्यक्ष आत्मना. Seeing, hearing, thinking and knowing are always experienced by people in dreams. As these are experienced by the self in dreams, the self is directly none. The knowledge are of two types, direct or mediate and immediate or approach. The knowledge consisting of intellectual modifications with the instrumentality of sense organs such as eyes, ears, etc. is called direct or mediate knowledge. Since modifications of intellect are subject to destruction, it is non-eternal. It is caused by the proximity between the sense objects and sense organs, where anomalies such as happiness, sadness and the like arises. The self, which is self-luminous, illuminating even the intellectual modifications, and is of the nature of witness, it is the immediate experience of Paroksha Anubhuti at all times. It is eternal as it exists always in its real self. It is the oneness only of the subject consciousness with the object consciousness. Verse 41 says, "Nahi deep antarapeksha yadvat deep prakasne bodhasya atma sarupatvat no bodho anyas tathesate." Just as a second lamp is not necessary to illumine a lamp, in the same way, a second consciousness is not necessary to make non-pure consciousness, which is of the nature of the self. Mundak Upanishad 1145 says, "The knower of Brahman prescribed two types of knowledge, the higher and the lower. Dve vidye veditavye iti ho asmo yad brahm vrido paranti paracho aparacho tat para rik vedo yajurveda sam vedo atharveda shiksha kalpo vyakaranam niruktam chando jyotisam iti ath prayaya tad aksharam adhigamiti." Lower knowledge is that of different Vedas and their auxiliaries. In modern times, it would become all subjects available for study in colleges or otherwise. The higher knowledge is that by which the imperishable is realized, or the imperishable Brahman itself. I do not need anything else to make me know that I know. The witness I is the self-shining consciousness which illumines objects directly, without the intervention of any instrument. Panchadasi 8.4 says, "Ghatai dhista chidghat mev avhasye ghatasya gyata brahma chaitanyev avhaste." An external object, such as a pot, is cognized through the vrittis or modifications of the intellect, assuming the form of the object. But the knowledge, "I know the pot," came directly through the pure consciousness, that is the self. There are two types of knowledge, the knowledge of the pot and the knowledge of the pot, or the knowledge that I know the pot, the knowledge that I have an idea of the pot. The first knowledge removes my ignorance about the pot. This is the work of vritti or modifications of the intellect. That an object that was unknown to me up to the last moment became known to me the next moment. It is due to my intellect assuming the vritti of that object. Panchadasi 8.5 says, Agyatattvan bhatoyam ghato buddhi udyatpura brahmanev uparistatu gyatattvan iti asovida. Before the rise of the vritti or before the intellectual operation, my experience was, I do not know that there is a pot over there. After the intellectual operation, the experience was, I know that there is a pot over there. The intellectual operation brings that difference, but both the above experiences of the knowledge of the pot or the non-knowledge of the pot are due to the self, that is, immediate knowledge.